we shall not cease from exploration, and the end of all our exploring will be to arrive where we started and know the place for the first time, and then do that again and again, doing the exact same fucking thing over and over and over and over again, thinking this time is gonna be different. No, 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 please. This time is gonna be different. Alright, I'm sorry for that. I know you must have cringed a lot, but, well, I had to do it. I had to do it. You know, I just had to. Well, welcome back to Outside Far Cry 3, the finishing episode 4. Now, here's make or break for it. Remember when I tried in episode 2, I think? Remember when I tried to get out of bounds there? I succeeded, but not too much. I couldn't get too far from the starting point because the mission would fail. So now here it is, in all its glory and sunlight. Notice how not a single pirate is present. That's because handling too many pirates, well, imagine if in every single mission, which are all out of bounds on the world map, imagine if in every single mission, every single location, the enemies were present. All the triggers were in place, how much data that is to handle. That's why the developers had to do it on demand, so when you trigger a mission, enemies spawn, and if you don't, they don't. That's simple. There are also some rendering glitches, probably having to do with optimization techniques, because this area has some really bad performance issues, as you can see, probably. Wait, I think there's something off in the distance. Wait, what? Are those animals? Are those actual tigers? Are those actual goats and boars? Really? There were only pigs! There were only pigs in the mission! What? Why? Why would they bother placing it? I can't believe... Really? What? Ubisoft! Ubisoft! Why? You couldn't place a rock, a huge rock, in a cave, but then you place a pack, or rather a few packs, many packs of animals in an area that nobody's able to reach. Why? What is the logic behind this? And the soundscape for the entire area is present. Although it's not clear where the sounds come from, because there is literally nobody, but okay. Next thing is the jungle, and you can hear some pirates, even though they aren't there, but who cares? At least Ubisoft didn't. There isn't a lot to talk about here, but there is a thing. When you drop unconscious from the fall, you get teleported to another place. There are actually 2 locations that you're supposed to traverse, sort of. Ah, shit. The trainer doesn't do a lot of help in terms of invincibility. What's interesting about the whole place is that it's actually one separate island, with structures and rocks, whatever else, but I think it was supposed to be one more playable area. I think you might have been able to return to this village or something else, because there are animals. There is this road, which leads nowhere and which ends abruptly. There is a lot of stuff that is just outside the playable area in the mission. I think it was meant to be seen by the player. That looks more real than the goddamn game. It would actually be great if Ubisoft added this as a playable area in free roam, or at least as a, like, mission location where you kill Vars or something important. Or better yet, something that you could return to. That looks amazing. More natural than the rest of the freaking game. And that piece of shit pile of rocks in the distance is nothing other than our friend's hideout. Let's go pay a visit to our friends. Wow! Wow! All my friends are here? Why? It's actually just because I'm using a file in which I haven't reached the point where your friends get kidnapped by the Rakyat warriors. That's why they're all here, and they're interactable.
Stop stressing right now because Ollie is staying.
Not Lisa or Daisy though. They're deeply offended and don't want to interact with Jason anymore. Well, I guess the drama goes like that. Moving on to the interesting stuff. Now we see the dream that Jason had when Citra gave him the herbs, and apparently the water levels had to be lowered just for that scene. Now you may remember the second segment to that, and it was always above the stage. Now it's not. It's just lost. It's gone. I don't know why, maybe it has been moved to the mountains, to the background, but I'm not sure why Ubisoft did it. Like, really? There's actually some other stuff that has been moved that I wasn't able to recap. I'll talk about it later though. The interesting part about it is that it uses its separate island, just like Make a Break for It does. Even though it's smaller, but still, a pretty playable location, I'd say. Maybe it's just a scrapped version of Bad Town, who knows? Although it looks pretty different. There is a waterfall, there is a lot of other stuff that Bad Town doesn't have. There is only one house, there's only one bar, and everything is just different. I don't know. Anyway, I'm just trying to talk as much as I can, just to show you more stuff. It's an exploration video after all. What am I supposed to do, talk? Just bring in conspiracy theories? Nah. Now onto the buck fight. There's nothing to see here. It's just a plane with a tile texture. That's it. Nothing interesting here, besides that it's right under Bad Town. But that's it. There's just nothing else, and there's this rock that you can see during the fight. I don't know why, but still, it's not interesting. And just about the same goes to the fight with Hoyt. It's just the same plane, with a different texture. Under the compound. That's it. There is nothing to see. Well, I did tell you that I'd talk about some stuff I couldn't recap. Well, here it goes. The vast fight and the Path of the Warrior, I just couldn't make it. Because when I tried to teleport, there was nothing. The locations were scrapped, brutally moved to another place. Ubisoft is a huge arse for removing these. I mean, really, these would be a lot of fun to explore, to see outside of the cutscenes. And then they just got rid of it. Okay, so now that we're past the sad bits, let's move on to something happy and possible. Like Hoyt's mansion, for example. And in Hoyt's habitat, we can see some wild physics, which don't work, really. Aside from that, there's not much more interesting to see. Even Hoyt's desk is gone. I don't know why they'd remove that, but, well, their business. Ubisoft tends to remove things from Far Cry 3. Assholes. The prison is just entirely empty. Even the TV is gone. It was supposed to be here and working. Ubisoft, god damn it. And then there's not a whole lot more to explore. I mean, really, there's just nothing. This mansion is pretty empty. Alright. I don't think I have a choice but to return to that lost expedition, the prototype labs, and explore that environment. The out-of-bounds areas. Nah, I don't like those. I'm really tired of them. Well, you know these ships from my second video, they are entirely useless except for one. And that one actually appears in a piece of the past. Now, I don't know what the rest are for. They just hang in there. They're rendered. I really don't know why. But there is also some premium content hiding inside the game. Even if you don't have it activated, the testing unit, the additional mission from the extra DLC, is right here, behind that cover. I'm not going to spoil anything for you. You can see for yourself if you just download the trainer, but it's there, I promise. And these mountains, as you can already probably tell, are the background mountains. In the previous video I said they're low poly and useless, but in fact, this is just the actual background of the game. So now, something unrelated. I escaped from a mission that had fog in it, and now the whole map is covered in fog, and it looks goddamn beautiful. Just see this. I actually had to set the graphics to highest, just to show you the beauty of it. Just look at it. I wish the game were like that. I wish there were a, weather setting that allowed the fog to be persistent at all times. I really wish there was an option. And I actually got another upgrade to my PC so I can run Far Cry 3 at 60 FPS at all times, but it would take way too long to re-record all the footage, which there's 44 gigabytes of, and that would delay the episode to unknown times, so I guess we'll have to do with this. Well, I guess that's it for this one. Far Cry 3 is officially dead. No, I mean finished. But Outside's not dead, neither is it finished. There are going to be future episodes, and I think I'll continue with Shadow Warrior 2. This is a great game, and I hope that people will want to see it. And if you want to see your game on Outside, then just write it down in the comments. I'll look at it, I promise. I always read the comments, because there are not a lot of them. But, well, anyway. Well, that's all for now, folks. Stay tuned for future episodes of Outside. Bye bye.